This is another one of those that I grabbed where it is not a meta commentary. It's just the commentary itself.
Okay, so I got to close this off. Give me a second. Let me call this up because you got this. This is a great way to find these articles. I don't know if it was deleted, right? So I don't know if this was deleted or not, but you did find this at Web Archive, which is a great way to view these sorts of things because then you don't give Dennis anything.
Yeah.
So this is from Prager's
Dennis
website.
PragerU nonsense, right? So why many conservatives won't be with their children or grandchildren this Christmas. And so it basically says, look, isn't it a shame that a bunch of left-leaning young people won't spend time with their parents and are denying their parents access to their children, so their grandchildren, because of politics? And isn't that the cruelty of the left really in action to do that horror? And this is it's like, no, like your politics are your values.
Yeah.
That's what your politics are.
Yeah.
He seems to miss the point where if you have horrible values, then that will have repercussions and people won't want to spend time with you and they won't want to bring their children around your terrible values. And he's so upset about this.
I think this needs to be reiterated every once in a while. This needs to be said out loud to people because I think people forget it. Your family, you don't owe them anything, okay? You don't owe any single member of your family a single moment of your time if you don't want to give it to them.
True.
Period. End of story, okay? They had you, if it's talking about your mom and dad, they had you, and if they were hoping to have a buddy for the rest of their lives, they bought into something that they might not actually get. There's a possibility you might not get a buddy for the rest of your life. If your parents are shitty, if they disowned you because you're LGBT or they dead name you if you're trans, all these things that parents do, these vindictive, shitty things that parents do to their kids. You don't owe your parents a single fucking second of your time. You don't owe your siblings a single second of your time, period. You make those decisions as you see fit. If you think they're worthy to be around them. But if not, go find a chosen family. Go find people who love you and reciprocate that love. You don't feel forced to dig your heels in and make your family work if it doesn't, period.
Yep. I couldn't possibly agree more. There's so many people, and we know it. There's so many people that struggle with the holidays because they're forced into these terrible situations. And you're 100% right. And remember, that when your parents had you, that created a responsibility for them.
For them. It's their responsibility.
Yes, all that responsibility flows in one direction.
Absolutely.
None of that responsibility flows back.
Not on me.
None of it.
Not on me, right?
Because who made the choice?
Yep.
They made a choice to create a life that they chose to be responsible for. You didn't make a choice.
Yeah.
That's it. So
they only have obligations to you, not the other way around.
Exactly.
They only have obligations to you.
Now, if you choose to have a mutually reciprocal relationship because you have a good run,
then that's great.
Then that's
awesome.
A relationship of choice.
And you can have different, there's even people out there in the world that have differing values than their family, and they have wonderful relationships.
Absolutely.
There's people out there that have different changed values than they normally do or whatever, and that's fine. And that works for some people. It doesn't work for others, and that's okay too.
Yep, you get to pick. And no fucking whining by fucking Dennis Prager or your mom or your fucking grandpa or your uncle fucking Frank or whatever. None of that matters. None of it makes a fucking whit of difference. That's nothing. It's sound and fury signifying nothing.
60% of the roasts we get on Vulgarity for Charity are shitty parents who have been super shitty to their kids, or shitty stepmoms, or shitty brothers. It's mostly shitty family.
It's mostly shitty family.
Once in a while, you'll get like, hey, roast my buddy. He's got a weird haircut.
I got a bad boss.
But let me tell you, man, it's mostly my fucking dad is the worst. He dead names me.
Right.
And it's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, these are people you don't owe time to. You don't owe anything to.
Not a thing.
If anything, they owe you. And if they're not giving you something that you think you need to thrive, leave. Get away from them.
Be gone.
Get away from them. I left my brother. I have two brothers that I have not spoken to one since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Since the early 2000s, before my dad passed away. I haven't spoken to him since, and I have not missed him a second in my life. Not a second have I looked back and been like, maybe my life would be so different. No, fucking literally do not care at all.
Yep.
We burned both those bridges. Those bridges will never be built again, and I do not even for a second think about it at all.
Yep.
I have one loving brother.
Yep.
That's what I have. That's my family. That's the entirety of my family that's left, and I'm cool with it. I'm fucking 100% at peace with it. You need to find that peace. These people out here who try to make it work, you're just hurting yourself over and over and over again. Free advice. You can take it if you want.
Yeah, but I think it's good advice, man.
You're just going to keep on fucking hurting yourself, and you don't have to do it.
Yep.
If there's anything I'm passionate about, it's leaving your family behind.
I know, man.
If there's anything I'm passionate about.
Fuck, I'll raise my hand. 2001, I severed ties with my mother.
Yeah.
I've never thought about her
right? For a
she's
second.
Gone.
For a second.
My life
gone.
only got better.
Just
my
gone.
life only got better.